In case you missed it, here's a Sports Animal Rewind.
The head football coach at Tulsa. He's joined us before. Bill Blankenship joins us here on the new Sentinel Sports page. Hey, Coach, Vince Ferrara and Mike Strange here in Knoxville. How are you, Coach?
Doing well, gentlemen. I hope hope things are well in Knoxville right now.
Yeah, we're just we're talking about the rest of college football until fall practice starts next week, and
got to talk some ball, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's all about recruiting. Tennessee's recruiting is going really well. Have you seen the results of your success on the field translate into recruiting success now entering your third season at Tulsa?
You know, all coaches always say that, and I think that's exactly what we have seen. But I wouldn't expect anybody to say it any differently. But the all honesty, you know, when we close the door and look at the guys that we're getting committed and that we're able to get in on, there's a different national perception than there was a few years back. So we're really excited about that.
Boy, it's an interesting year in Conference USA, and you guys have had great success there. But then next year you're moving into the American Athletic Conference. How are you handling that in living rooms with the moms? Are you talking about the future, or how do you handle that?
Well, it's interesting. You really have to deal with both issues. When we're talking with recruits, really it's all about the American Conference, because by the time they get here, we're long lost members. You know, this is our last season. A year from this July, we're full-fledged members in the American Conference and are excited about that. But from a preparation standpoint, what we deal with our players, I don't hear our players talking about the American. I don't hear them talking about what we're going to do a year from now. They're really locked in, and so is our staff, about the opportunities that present themselves this season. And I know it's cliche-ish, and guys, like you all, get tired of us coaches saying it, but it really is. There's no other way to survive than go, we've got to take this as they come. We cannot just, start now thinking about, having some success, a year from now.
You had 11 wins last year. I believe I read that Tulsa has 10 wins in 4 of the last 6 seasons. That's correct. That's pretty sustained success. 11 last year. You beat Iowa State in the Liberty Bowl. Your Conference USA champion. Just talk about what that meant going into the off season and pointing towards this year.
Well, 2 of our biggest goals we were able to accomplish a year ago, and most of the players in our program that have been here a while know that we've been chasing a conference championship. We've been chasing some BCS victories. Those are things that are really important, and we were able to accomplish all that last year. Still nowhere near what we think we're able to do, and so we let some really good opportunities slip away. We lost at Arkansas, and we lost to SMU in Thanksgiving weekend after we'd clinched the conference championship, and then we did get a rematch with Iowa State after we lost them in the first opening game a year ago. So there's plenty of room to improve, but our conference is going to be tough. I mean, we've got some new folks in the conference that are maybe newer to Conference USA, but coaches like Skip Holtz and Larry Coker and Dan McCartney are not new to college football, and they're going to have their guys loaded up.
And, of course, you have the game with Oklahoma as well. Talk about some of your schedule, how it plays out, that Oklahoma game, and the opportunity that presents to really put Tulsa on the map nationally and get more exposure for your program.
We're really fortunate to have a great relationship with the University of Oklahoma. They've continued to schedule us over the years when others have tried to not give us those kind of opportunities. We have a great contract that has continued for the last several years with Oklahoma, and that we'll go there twice. They come to our place once, so they're willing to be a part of that. And opportunities are all we can ask for, and we have to seize those. We're going to open the season at Bowling Green on a Thursday night, and I think that is a tremendous challenge, because if anybody has done their research, Bowling Green's an 8-win team. They've got like 18 or 19 starters back, a tremendous defense. It's going to be a great matchup for us to start the season.
You have a running back, Trey Watts, who's awfully good. Just talk about what kind of back he is.
We love Trey, and he came here as a walk-on. Folks that have followed football for a while might recognize his father's name, J.C. Watts, that played at the University of Oklahoma. Trey is JC the third, Julius Caesar the third, and so he goes by Trey. Walked on here, redshirted, worked in the rotation his redshirt freshman year, earned the starting spot. We were able to put him in, and he has just been a tremendous player for us. He's just he's just so versatile. Great guy running the zone and making people miss. Can really create opportunities, but he's so good with his football IQ. He just understands the game. Great pass protector, and then he's really improved his receiving skills. And then you add to that, he's got some punt returns and kickoff returns for touchdowns, and so he just is a weapon all the way around for us.
Well, we're visiting with Bill Blankenship, the head coach at Tulsa, here in our Conference USA preview. Last thing with you, Coach, your defense was terrific, very aggressive last year, 110 tackles for loss, 53 sacks, losing a lot off of that defense. What might be different, and who are some of the guys that you're looking for increased roles in this year?
Well, there's no question. We were very proud of our defense, but we graduated a lot of experience. 8 starters that, and in many cases, were guys that were multi-year starters. You know, some had 25, 30 starts under their belt. The thing that I'm encouraged by is that Brent Guy, our defensive coordinator, and his staff really understand how to teach the game. We're going to be very talented on defense. The secondary, the linebacker core may be faster, more athletic than even what we had last year, but you just can't crack their heads open and pour in experience. I mean, that is a learned skill, and so we're going to have to endure a little bit of a learning curve, but I do believe by the end of the season that we can be a pretty dang good defense. We've got two of the 3 starters back were freshman All-Americans when they first got in. Marco Nelson at safety. He's got to take on an increased role, a little more as the quarterback of the secondary. He'd been able to let one of our previous players, Dexter McCoy, kind of be that guy, but he's got to become that. Sean Jackson, very similar. Our weak side linebacker has been a tremendous pass rusher, and he turned out to be the Liberty Bowl MVP on defense. Well, we've got to get Sean to play bigger. I mean, he's got to involve the guys around him. He can't just be kind of on an island by himself. And so both of those guys have had to take on a leadership role that they weren't as comfortable in, but they had a great spring, and I think they're doing a great job in trying to bring our young guys along.